Okay, we are on lesson 45, translating between words and inequalities. We're going to jump right in, and first we are going to translate from words to symbols. So we're going to take sentences and write them in math symbols. So this problem A says the quotient of a number and 2 is less than or equal to 6. So quotient right here means division. So the quotient of a number, we don't know what number, I'm going to use x, and 2. So x divided by 2 is less than or equal to 6. There we go. 1 done. Let's look at B. 1/2 is greater than the product of a number and 3/4. So 1/2 is greater than the product of a number and 3/4. So product means multiply. So we've got a number here. We don't know what. Let's use B this time. Product of a number and 3/4. So B times 3/4. And there you are. Alright, looking at C, it says the difference of a number. So difference means subtract. The difference of a number and 2.8. A number and 2.8. So a number, we can use whatever variable we want. I'm going to use V. And 2.8. So the difference of a number and 2.8 does not equal, so the sign for that is an equal sign with a slash through it, does not equal 8.2. There we go. Let's try one more here. D says the sum, so sum is addition of the product is multiplication. So let's start there. The product of 20 and a number. So the product of 20 and a number. So 20 times any number t. The sum of the product of a number, we've already got that part, so the sum of this and 75. So the sum means we need to add 75 is at least, so that means it's greater than or equal to 195. So all you really have to do is think about what the words are saying and just write them down in math symbols. Okay, so now that we know how to translate from the words to the symbols, let's flip it around. Let's translate from the math symbols into the words. So here we have 6 is greater than. Now we need to think of a word that means adding. So I would use sum. So 6 is greater than the sum, two words, the sum of a number. Anytime you use a variable, you just replace it with a number, and 8. And there we go. Let's look at another one. So here on B, we've got 2.5z, which would be multiplication. So what's a word that means multiplication? Product. So I'm going to say the product. Better spell it right. The product of 2.5 and a number, because we're using z, so that means we have to replace it with a number, is, this is less than 15. There we are. It's not a huge deal if you don't write the numbers out in word form. Like here I wrote out 6 as a word. Here I just wrote down 2.5 as a number. That is not a huge deal. It's how you would write the sentence that we're more worried about. So let's keep working with this. C, we've got -2 times x plus 4. So let's back up a little bit. We need to add these two things together. So there's two different ways we could do this. We can start with the multiplication, and we can say the product of -2 and a number plus 4 is, you could say greater than or equal to, or you can say at least -8. The other way we could do this is we could start by thinking about the addition. So we could say the sum of the product of -2 and a number and 4, because that's what we're adding it to, or what we're adding to it, is at least, I cannot spell today, at least -8, or is greater than or equal to -8. Both of these answers are correct. There is more than one way to write the sentence form of these inequalities. So it's okay if yours doesn't always match the person sitting next to you. You might just think about it in a different way than them. Let's try one more of these. So this one says 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to -30. Again, two ways we could go about this. We could focus on the subtraction first or the multiplication. I'm going to go ahead and focus on the subtraction first. I'm going to say, what's a word that means I'm going to subtract these things? That would be the difference. So I'm going to write the difference of, and the first thing I need is this 3 times x, so I need to say, hey, I'm going to multiply these things first. So the difference of the product, because product means multiply, of 3 and a number, then I can go back to what I'm going to subtract. I'm subtracting 6, so I'm going to say and 6 is, I can say less than or equal to, or I can say no more than -30. Okay, so that is what today is all about, is translating from the sentence into writing the math inequality, and then going from the math inequality into writing the sentence. So those are the two things we need to know for the day. You should be set to go out and try this, and I'll see you in class.